Ready to be ready to launch.
Yeah, we better get this going because they've been waiting while I was playing that trailer. We've got the typical IS-7s out there, but there's a TVP, E4, Chieftain, and 50B for Phoenix, two 50Bs, a Moss, and an E4 for Fame to go along with those IS-7s. Let's get this rolling. This is Ruinberg Winter.
Oh man, I'm so
Yep,
excited.
Ruinberg Winter. Now, I don't even know how to make any predictions for this because, like I said,
Yeah,
I don't know how much experience these teams have in comps. I'm sure they have more experience than what streams would show. I know these teams do play and do practice often, um, regardless of whether it's live on stream or not. Um, so here we go. Phoenix, I believe, is a French-based team, and Fame is an EU, just generally an EU-based team. 3 marks there for Kellen Martin on his 50B, right off the bat, showing that off. Now, this is one of my favorite maps from this first weekend that we're going to play. It can be played so many different ways. The encounter point kind of, it's not uncappable. Like if the teams ignore and go to the city, I mean, it's going to be cap. You're going to cap out. But with this Clan Wars point system, you don't want to do that. You're giving away all the points for not killing the opponent. Phoenix moving up to the rubbles here in the center of the map, E7. Fame taking a position out in the field. They've got their E4, takes a hit right up front. They've got the IS-7s moving along the outside, inching towards the cap, and the 50Bs giving support.
I haven't seen 50Bs being played yet. I mean, but I haven't watched too many matches, so
It goes to
I'm
show the meta
excited.
difference between NA and EU.
Yep.
I mean, on the NA servers, 50Bs we are unheard of almost. Um,
Yeah, we'd be using bat chats. It's using the daddy bat chat here.
we'd be using Kranvagans or T57s even. The 50B just kind of has a
Yep. Oh, we got a fire.
Magna Flash Boy on fire. He's going up in a flash. Phoenix
Oh,
and Fame both pretty even here. Flash Boy is the only one that's almost. He does go down. RDN getting the final shot in on him. So we've got a 1-tank lead here by Phoenix early. Joe Hunter, Raskalov. I'm going to be butchering these European names all day long. I am sorry. But those two IS-7s, but for Phoenix, very close to death. One goes
one shot.
down.
Oh,
Damage is very close. Kills are even. The other IS-7 for Phoenix goes down, and so does Fame's other IS-7. So both teams have lost 2 IS-7s. Pretty equal matchup here. I mean, it's right down to the damage. So that last shot there was even as well. Revered
such a
moving in
difference from the
here.
last matches we just watched.
I know. It's funny.
Oh,
Chieftain goes down for
so fast
Phoenix.
paced.
It's funny because most of the time people criticize the EU players for being slow and campy, but this has been totally different. The EU players here coming out with speed and aggression. Fame
Mouse is putting in work.
taking out 2 more tanks, taking the lead, but they're That was their Moss they just lost, so that's a big health pool they just lost, and then they lose Revered. So just like that, Phoenix evens it up by cleaning up the 2 one-shot tanks. Phoenix holding the town with a TVP 50-51. He's getting pushed in on
Oh,
by an
Sergeant
E4 and a
Cruz.
50B. He's in trouble if that E4 hits him. He does. Followed up by Kellen Martin with the quick, easy kill shot. What am I missing in the town here, Vanilla?
Sergeant Cruz and the E4 and Phoenix. You know, they're really going at it here, and you know, Sergeant Cruz started off with a lot less health than the E4, and he's really whittled him down and has blocked a lot of shots.
Ooh.
Oh, and he just ammo wrecked that E4.
Tweak needs to get this pen in. Oh, and from the city, Kellen Martin.
Wow.
How did he get that shot through? Just
That was crazy that he
incredible.
survived. Sergeant Cruz survived that. He was like 1 to 2 shots the entire time, and
Like
an E4 came in with
impossible
full
shot
health.
landed from
That
the
was
edge of the city there, through the rubble piles, through the city, through the fences, and just puts it right into the side of Tweak in the E4 to take him down. That was a key shot, because if Tweak would have taken out Sergeant Cruz, it would have been a 2-2 game at that point. But instead, that made it an easy cleanup for the last 50B and a victory for Fame. I'm going to quickly do this point system here. We got 20 points for the win for Fame, 23 for having 3 tanks survived, plus the 14 for the kill. So that's a 37-point victory. And over for Phoenix, they get 4 kills and 8 points for those. Just highlight through all the damage. Quite some big damage numbers here. We got V-Tanker and the E4 hitting 4,400. Those E4s we mentioned earlier today, Vanilla, that those E4s are some of the highest damage output games. The E4 on the other side, Tweak there, getting 5,800. Now that beats the Rage for Bacon total that we saw in the SVG game today. They are clearly the go-to TD for comp play.
it's just a little bit glitchy.
We're gonna get viewing here. We've got Fame coming out with an E4 and E3, a Batchat, an IS7, a Moss, and 250Bs. Phoenix coming out with an E4, 2 IS7s, a Moss, 250Bs, and a 113. Let's get round 2 started here.
Right? I'm just gonna.
Whether, I mean, as soon as your timer or flashing or whatever, I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm just...
The other picking tanks is soon. I do not have communication with Phoenix, so they're picking tanks as fast as they can.
I mean, once they have all their tanks picked, I mean, there's no reason not that they can wait for me. Right, so we got Fame on the left, Phoenix on the right. Oh, fly in the free cam mode. Let's get this ready. Phoenix pushing into the city a little bit here. Now, with this style of point system, They don't have to worry about the cap, like I mentioned. Um, in previous, like in other events and other tournaments, where I mean, a win is a win is a win, regardless of how you get it. Pushing into the city like this could find yourself with the cap exposed to the point where you could be quick capped and lose. But I'm with the cap, with the victory being only 20 points of a total 41 points available per round. It's, taking that cap win is not necessarily the best thing to do. So Phoenix aggressively pushing through here. They see the cap timer going, so they think maybe they can push in here. They're going to find themselves with flank shots, being shot in the rear from those 50 Bs. They think they've got an overmatch on the IS-7, but quickly Kellen Martin and Revere come around that corner and punish Raskolov. He goes down. Kellen Martin reloading, Revere fires his last shot to start his reload as well, and the Moss, Mr. APCR, is coming in with his giant health pool to protect Parco. Excellent, excellent tactic by Fame there, taking out both IS-7s for Phoenix. And I mean, there's no hope for Joe Hunter here. He's got four tanks by Fame moving in, and he doesn't have any chance of taking out any of them. None of them are low enough health.
He's bouncing shots.
So, Fame pretty handily taking the town from Phoenix, taking out all 3 tanks, no losses. Now we're going to go over here to the cap circle. Phoenix thinking maybe they can get their 20 points by taking the cap, but Clutch Force is gonna stall that out. I mean, all he has to do is touch the cap to put an end to that timer. He gets the damage in on Adrian, which resets his points, so even if he gets off the cap now, it's down to 57 seconds. Flash Boy putting a good hit on Tweak. I think that was him, or it might have been V-Tanker actually. Pivot here so you can see the tanks from the city coming out and jumping in on the Moss. Phoenix loses the Moss. We're down to 2 tanks. So much action here, so much tank movement. This is much different than the SVG game we saw this morning, the SVG K-Gate game we saw this morning. These teams are aggressively executing tactics and maneuvers. Phoenix only getting 1 kill so far. Christopher and his 50B, he's picking his target. He picked Kellen Martin. He was able to get that 1 extra kill, denying Fame the extra point for him surviving and securing his team 2 extra points. At the end of battles, you'll see a lot of that. Teams, going, who's the lowest tank that I can maybe take out before this round ends, because they need those points. They desperately need those points. Fame getting the 20 points for the win, 5 points for the tanks survived, and 14 points for killing them all. 39 points for the round. Phoenix getting 2 kills for 4 points. That puts the total to 12 for Phoenix and 76 for Fame. Looking down the damage, Phoenix Just not getting enough damage from some of their tanks. The ones that went to the city just stalled out when they came across the 50 Bs flanking them from behind. A lot of damage being dealt by the E4, but not those 5,000 damage numbers. But still, those E4s are going to be a force in every battle they're in.
Here.
All right, we're getting ready. This is round 3, Phoenix versus Fame. 2 bat chats, an E4, E100, Chieftain, 50B, 113. So a little bit of a different loadout for Phoenix.
Wow.
4 IS7s, 2 50Bs, and a bat chat for Fame. All right.
Luncheon.
So both teams mixing it up a little bit here. They're even though Fame's been winning, they decided to roll out with more IS7s than before. Both teams dropped the Mosses. Trip Runner messaging me here saying that Sergeant Cruz was called out as the shot caller, and it's actually Magna. I don't remember calling out Sergeant Cruz as the shot caller. Did maybe you did? Either which way, he's informed me that
he was just up there.
That Magna Flash Boy is the shot caller here. Oh, let's get that. So much going on here. Fame on the right in blue, Phoenix on the left in red. Fame is the allied.
Doesn't look like anyone is going into the city this time. Not yet, anyways. It'll be a battle in the field.
Sorry, that alarm went off again. I don't even understand what's happening. So I went and resolved that. So Phoenix and Fame have set up in the fields. Phoenix in the red has spread out a little bit. They've taken a position along every building, every pile of rubble they could. Fame using the north side's buildings cluster here, a little bit more centralized. Got 3 there, and then they're sending their 50B, their bat chat, into the town. Phoenix ringing the dinner bell on the cap. It's kind of a taunt more than anything. 3 minutes is quite a long time for a cap timer. Don't expect that.
Yeah, it really is.
To be actually capped out. And even if it did, they're not going to want, like we said, to sacrifice the points by taking the cap. I mean, it's Phoenix is looking for a 20-point round win here because Fame's taken the first 2 rounds, but you know, they're going to want to get some kills along with that round 3. Lots of action going on in the Twitch chat. Glad to see all you people, everyone showing up. Don't forget to give me a follow here on this show or on this channel. Coming up very soon, I'll do this while we're all live here talking. Coming up very soon, we are getting the WNF EU show going, the breakdown on Monday afternoons. All of you EU themed teams, take a look on Discord. There's a breakdown channel. That is where the EU teams can find time slots catered towards them. we're open for signups. So get in there.
That's awesome.
Fletch Force in the bat chat coming around here, spotting Agent in his bat chat. He's set up so that he can detect that flank push by Fame. Phoenix wasn't going to allow that. Both 50Bs set up in the center road. Magna Flashboy taking a shot across the map at Agent. Both teams.
FNX is really kind of spread out here, but they're in arm's like reach of each other. It's just they're a little spread out.
Both teams settling into a little bit more of a stall than we've seen in the first two rounds. First two rounds went by so quick. There was so much action. Phoenix playing patient here. He gets caught by the 50Bs from the town. They were just waiting. They waited for him. You can see them getting shots on that E100 even as he's backing up. They waited for him to pull up far enough that they knew they'd be able to get shots even as he was pulling backwards. So both 50Bs are on a reload. They want full magazines for if he pulls up again. They put some damage on him. Unpunished.
FNX is really just, they haven't moved much. There's been, they're just kind of waiting in their little hiding spots.
Much force in the back. Still just waiting it out. I think Fame's kind of saying to Phoenix here right now that we won the first two rounds. We are ahead in the points. If we're going based on the top 50% of each forces moves on, they've already secured 50% of the points available for this encounter between Phoenix versus Fame. So Phoenix here is the team that needs to make up the ground. They're telling them, you come to us. You're the one that needs to make up the ground on points here. We already have 76 points for this series. Flashboy got himself into a position here where he's just able to sit on the cap. He's completely nullified the cap. There's no way Phoenix can really hit him. There's no shot on him from anywhere. Kind of a neat little spot he's found.
Yeah, he's really in a good spot.
Even for the bat chat to get to him, he has to leave the cap to come around the corner to get to him. So, and that would negate all the points that he has for the cap, which would, not make it worth taking him out anyway.
He is kind of creeping, like, trying to figure out what he can do. But he's got to get someone to come with him.
I'm going to lose him, but at the same time, got to keep an eye on the heavies. He does have Tweak moving in with him. You're going to see Tweak and the bat chat split here and take out Magna Flashboy. Here comes the bat chat. They're coming in the Flashboy.
Ooh.
Bounce. Hit. Tweak's almost loaded. I don't know. There he goes. Adrian and Tweak take out Fame. Or Magna Flashboy. That's the first kill of the match. Just over 2 minutes to go. Parko down pretty low health. Phoenix doing a great job here.
Just got tracked. Lucky he didn't take that shot.
E100 for Phoenix takes out Parko. And Hunter takes out V-Tanker. We've got a 3-1 lead here for Phoenix.
I have faith that Sergeant Cruz is gonna at least get some before.
Yeah, Sergeant Cruz has quite a lot of health here, and he has the ability to take out at least one of these two Phoenix tanks before going down.
Yeah, get that E100. And...
Christopher with the most health going in first. Sergeant Cruz takes out the E100. It's gonna take out the 113 as well, Hunter.
Ugh.
Oh, he doesn't! They managed to
Oh
focus
wow.
fire Sergeant Cruz and they take him out, saving Hunter. It's a 4-2 lead for Phoenix. Clutch Force in the
Chieftain.
Bat Chats, a one-shot. Revered in the 50B is half health and one
Oh.
kill.
Thought he was gonna make it away.
Clutch Force goes down on his retreat there. They're pushing in to find Revered. They don't know where, they don't see him right now. I don't know if they've missed him.
Oh,
Oh, now
he's
they all
been
turn.
spotted. He really wants to take that bad chat with him.
What's unfortunate for Phoenix here is there's 30 seconds to go and they're not going to get the win. They almost should have gone for the cap instead of taking out that final 50B. If they would have left that final 50B alone and taken the cap win, they would have secured 20 points for the victory. Instead, they gave up the cap win. Now, mind you, they might not have had enough time to get the cap win anyway, so that might not have happened anyway. But they gained 2 points for getting that kill, and potentially gave up 20 points for the win, because in a draw, no team gets the 20-point win victory bonus. As far as I'm aware, as I stated earlier, my on-stream numbers are not official. They are not official. I'm just tallying them up as I go, and I'm not the official scorekeeper. I just tally them up as I go so that you, the viewer, know have an idea of what's going on. So having said that again, no 20-point round bonus awarded for either team here. Phoenix getting 6 kills for 12 points. 5 tanks survived for another 5. That's a 17-point round, bringing them to a 29-point total. Fame getting 2 kills worth 4 points and a 1 point for the 50B surviving. That's 5 points added to their 76, bringing them to an 81-point total. So after 3 rounds, the score is 81 for Fame and 29 for Phoenix. It's such an odd, we've said this before, it's such an odd system to describe. But on the grand scheme of things, if you jump over onto the Discord and you look at the grand scheme of things and the entire Allies versus Axis war, it'll make much more sense. It's actually a very elaborate system that Damage has put together, and I actually quite like it. All right, we're just gearing up here for the final round. Fame coming out with a Conqueror GC and an artillery piece on Ruinberg. Also bringing out the E4, the Bat Chat, 2 IS-7s, the Moss, and the 50B. Phoenix coming out with an E4, 2 Bat Chats, an E100, a Chieftain, a 50B, and a 113. So very excited to see
Here we go.
how this gun carriage works for Fame.
Yeah, I have yet to see an artillery being played, but I know that NL took one yesterday. Took a bad chat already.
The chat's funny. Dude, your house is on fire! Because they keep hearing my alarm go off.
Yeah.
uh,
Can't leave your house if it's on fire until this is over with, because these are some good
Phoenix
matches.
versus Fame. Fame on the left, Phoenix on the right.
Oh man, I'm nervous for the RD, but I did see it get pulled, or I heard it got pulled off on NL yesterday when they took a bat chat RD, and it did survive and did 2100 damage. So if it works out here.
Adrian in the bat chat, Clutch Force as well, mirroring each other, doing the early spots. Fame heading to town though with most of their tanks. They've got E4 and Magna Flashboy, IS7. Phoenix taking the typical traditional positions here in the field behind various rubble piles and buildings. Fame just staying out of sight, unknown, haven't moved too far from spawn.
And keeping that RD safe.
I think what they're trying to do is get early damage with the artillery piece.
Oh,
Clutch Force doing the spotting. Phoenix putting their bat chat in the spot you saw Magna Flashboy. That was Magna Flashboy holding that spot, but this time a little bit different because the bat chat's able to climb up and over that little rubble pile. No damage dealt for either team just yet. 2 minutes in. If Fame's able to get a good shot lined up by the gun carriage on one of these tanks in the field, you'll see a big damage or a big swing in the damage real quickly. Clutch Force and Magna Flashboy will be ready to push in to take the remaining damage of that tank. Minute and 18 seconds left on the cap when Fame finally puts a stall on that by jumping on the backside of it. Fame again, just like last round, basically saying we won 2 rounds already. You guys need the points. We secured our allotment of points for the series so far. Not sure if you muted or if you're busy there, Vanilla, but I haven't heard you for.
I've been watching this RD. It's making me nervous.
You just watching. What can you? It's hard to tell with Artie. That's the one thing about streaming with an Artie, is it's hard to tell what they're looking at because I can't sit there and watch him, and I can't
Yeah, no,
see his
he's
aerial
been
view.
lobbing shots out in the field, but I don't. He hasn't connected any shots yet. But he's looking.
I mean,
He is loaded. Here goes a shot.
oh, that's what just hit that building.
Yep, it's just not connecting.
He's trying to hit Adrian, isn't he? I'm pretty sure that's who he's trying
I
to
think
hit.
he is. I think he's just trying to. That's why it took him so long to get on the cap, is I think they were really depending on him to hit who was on the cap, and now he's
Oh, Adrian slipping off that hill there. Let's wait for that next shot to come in from the artillery piece.
It's just about loaded, so when he does connect, it will probably be pretty devastating. There goes a shot.
Oh, Adrian backed up. It's like he knew it was coming. He backed up and got it tight to that rubble pile right as it came.
Yeah, I mean, if you know the reload of it, it's not like he's waiting too long, so it is kind of predictable, but I'd really like to see him connect a shot.
Clutch
Then I think it'll
Force
really get
got
the game going.
punished, and I missed it. I glanced over to see we've got 40 viewers tuning in here.
Oh! He just hit it for 2,000 that chieftain.
Boom! Boom, Christopher.
Wow, that was a big hit.
You know,
I'm glad to see it finally is paying off.
I think he should have done that sooner. He should have ignored the bat chat on the cap and just been hitting these guys in the field. I mean, he could have landed that shot on
Great
Christopher
shot.
much sooner. He could have landed on the 50 Bs. He spent a
Oh,
lot of
Magna's
time.
taken. Oh.
B tanker goes down. Magna Flashboy almost dead. Adrian misses his last shot on him. He could have killed him, but he leaves him on one shot.
Artie is almost loaded.
I mean, basically the only substantial damage dealt to Phoenix was by that batch, or by the artillery piece so far. Phoenix is up one
He is
kill.
loaded. And shots out.
Phoenix is
someone
looking
for 900.
Would he hit?
I'm not 100% sure.
Phoenix is pushing in here quickly. They're trying to take the Moss out.
I think it might have been the E4.
Adrian takes him out.
Ooh.
They've taken out Magna Flashboy up here in the north on the cap, and Clutch Force is trying to run away. Joe Hunter looking for the nice shot. Joe Hunter takes out Clutch Force before he can get away. They're up 4-1 now. At this point, the Artie's on the run through the town. You can see that. Barco and Kellen Martin.
It's just getting loaded.
I'm wondering if...
Oh, he is getting shot.
You know, at this point, Phoenix has to make the decision. They've committed to the kills. They've committed to the final 2 kills because none of them stayed back to do the cap. So there's 2 minutes remaining, and it would have taken 2 cappers to cap this out. I just hope for Phoenix's sake that they get these kills here because
Kellen Martin's gun has been injured.
Tweak puts the big hit on Parco, taking him down. 1 tank left. Kellen Martin goes down. Phoenix takes round 4, and of all 4 rounds, that was the cleanest, the highest point round, I believe, for either side. Phoenix getting the 20 points for the win, 14 points for destroying 7, and 6 points for the survived tanks. That's a 40 points. Only 1 tank dying. They were 1 point shy of a perfect round there. So they ended with a total of 69 points by my math. As I've said several times on stream, these numbers I am saying are not official. I am just tallying them up as I go on this little chicken scratch paper. So don't go back if I'm wrong and say, Weasel said this was the score, because like I said, disclaimer, I'm not officially tallying these up. 69 points I have tallied for Phoenix after 4 rounds. Fame here getting only 2 points for this round for killing Agent in the bat chat, leaving them with a total of 83. So that was such a close series, 83 to 69 points. Fame does does edge ahead in the points. But on the grand scheme of things, it's a total war that we're doing, allies versus axes. So on the grand scheme of things, you're trying to accumulate more points than the other clans on your side. So both teams not getting full points here in the rounds to try and move up the rankings per side. Both teams, doing very well though. I mean, but when you see two top teams like this clashing out against each other, it's going to be tough to get high points outputs. Thank you for tuning into this channel, guys. This has been Clan Wars Frontlines. That concludes the Barbarossa operation. We're going to be tallying up all the totals and displaying those on the Discord channel soon.